Sorry. Let me get the ape out of me. Alright. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of the whatevercast. So basically, I've always wanted to start a regular going podcast. I don't know how regular this is going to be, so we're just going to try it out, see where it goes. So basically what the whatevercast is that I bring on a random combination of a few of my friends. We sit here and talk about whatever the hell we want, and then we just go from there. So yeah, I think that's about it. So today I'm joined by Naggs.
That's me.
Tyler.
Hi.
And Caleb.
Hey.
So yeah, we're going to sit here and talk about gay porn.
Well,
Speaking of gay porn,
Yeah.
that's it.
today's Black
Okay.
Friday.
Yeah.
It is Black Friday. I did go up to Altoona today in hope of finding some matching pajamas, but no.
We're lucky.
Yeah, everywhere has lines. It's crazy, and you'd think that it wouldn't because like the progression of like online shopping because of COVID. Like I thought there would have been more focus on Cyber Monday, but people are still going nuts to go.
Yeah,
to
there were a
stores.
bunch of people up there today. I got this sweater. You like it? Zelda sweater.
Where's that
It's
from?
very good.
GameStop.
GameStop,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see now.
Power to the
I thought it was just
players.
a normal
Yeah.
one.
Holy
See.
shit.
Yeah.
Do
I
you
wish
want to
I-
tell them about your Black Friday story?
Yeah. So I went with Zach, Noah, and Nathan,
Oh god.
and so we went to like random places, and then we got to GameStop, and Noah or Zach and Noah bought 3 items. Zach bought 2, Noah got 1 that were all $100 each, and they were all these plastic toys. Zach got a Captain America shield and a Stormtrooper helmet, and then Noah got an Infinity Gauntlet, like a giant one.
What?
And they did some kind of deal where they all got it down to $160.
Like all together?
Yeah, I think so.
Holy shit.
And the funniest part was Noah. He was so happy because he took the Infinity Gauntlet and he just kept sticking up the middle finger. And I thought he was like a child. He was like, oh man, like I'm so happy right now because I could just do this. And I'm like, no, you were literally a toddler right now.
So wait, so did they like barter to get this down, or is it like an actual deal?
It's an
Coupon?
actual deal.
Okay,
Okay, so
I was gonna say.
they needed to buy a 4th item, I think. So they bought this little like Mario sack or something,
Yeah.
like just this small sack.
Mario's sack.
Happy sack.
Yeah, Noah, he was ecstatic. I was happy for him because I don't know. That's the most childlike I've ever seen him.
I
Wow.
want him to shove that Infinity Gauntlet up my ass at least once.
The middle finger especially.
No, whole thing.
Mitchell
Fist.
has like
Fist.
1,000 of those at least.
What?
Those just anything
Infinity
like
Gauntlet.
that.
Oh, wow.
Just,
He has
he
every
has
room
his
is just
entire
Infinity
wall
Gauntlet.
just lined with only Infinity
I
Gauntlets.
remember whenever we were
Hot
younger,
fingers.
he used to wear that like Predator helmet thing.
Yes, I
and
remember
then he had like those Batman throwing stars and
Yeah, he had everything.
The
It's crazy.
Batarang.
Still does.
They keep making fun of Noah because he keeps saying like, oh, I'm gonna save up my money, and then he spends like $40 on
Did he
like.
spend $100 on Apex the other night?
What?
That's what I've heard.
For what?
How?
Just like buying like I don't even know like packs or whatever. There's like loot boxes I think.
Michael told me he bought like
Pack of
$40
cities.
worth of something on Realm Royale, and they played that for like a week.
Really?
He bought some stuff for Rogue Company, which none of us really play that much. So like,
Crazy.
Noah's. I mean, I don't know what you're doing, man.
He's
If you
always
listen to
been
this.
like that though, because like every time something new would come out, he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna buy that."
I went to Sheets yesterday and spent like $20, and I felt like twisting my own arm to do it. But
How
like,
did you manage to spend $20 at Sheets?
it was me and my girlfriend.
Oh.
But like,
The
She-
fucking
Yeah,
bitch.
that's
Oh my god.
okay, this is a ripoff. First of all, they have like Oreo milkshakes. So she bought a large. It's like $5, and then you can add $1 for an energy shot. And it was like she got it at like 8 p.m. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And
I
then-
want an energy shot, raspberry
So, I
flavored,
don't-
in my
I feel like they're
Oreo
just shitting me.
milkshake.
Like, I don't even feel like there's an actual energy shot. I
Oh,
think you
yeah.
just add $1. That's it.
It's literally.
I want to
piss.
wake up at 2 a.m. Screaming in my bed because I got an energy shot
Oh my god!
and it finally kicked in.
So I went to Sheets with my friend at college once, and
no.
he bought my dinner the night before, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll just buy like your sheets. It's just sheets. It can't be that much." And I got one of those app samplers. It was like $5. He ended up buying like a hoagie, a full hoagie. He added like all these extra things and
Oh
like
my
another side, and it was like $12 freaking.
Really? Sheets is actually
Yeah.
expensive.
And I'm like-
and it's not luxury
Yeah.
either.
And I'm like, dude,
It's
like,
luxury
Sheets.
I get
Yeah.
I'm paying like for your meal, but like you could have at least like got a
Warned
little bit
me.
less. Like
Does that ever strike you though, like, if you get like, let's say you go to Mickey D's, you get the basket meal. Okay, the basket meal is like $9.86 or something like that. If you go to Diner 22, you can get like an $8 meal.
Oh yeah.
Compare that to
Right.
McDonald's. It's ridiculous.
Local places are always better than like franchises.
It's
like,
crazy.
My mom literally said like I could go to Village Pantry every day when I'm an old lady.
Oh,
It is
yeah.
the food is so cheap there.
And
you
there's
can
like plenty of different stuff too.
you can get like chicken, mashed potatoes, corn for like $6.
Oh yeah.
And
And
then
It's
get an
you can
Amish girl on the
small
way
ice
out.
cream cone for 86 cents.
That's
And it's
That's like
big,
the
too.
old days.
Yeah, I know.
I got an ice cream for a nickel back in the day.
Yeah, they're stuck in the Stone Age. They are Mennonites. So it
We're
makes
ripping
sense.
them off. They don't know what they're doing.
Mennonites.
So you said about those energy shots. Do you remember those things in like the slushies? They're like the sour things. Like,
Oh,
do you remember that? Like you
I love
paid like a
those.
quarter extra, and oh, what were they called? I think it was called like Shockers or something
Yeah,
like
they were
that.
called Shockers.
I think I know,
And do you
yeah.
remember like the kids at like those summer camps would be like, "Give me like 10 Shockers," and they're like, "You're only allowed 8," and it's like, "What's the point?"
8?
Yeah,
You're only allowed 8. Come on,
because
dude.
it was too sour or something like
Too
that.
sour. Bull fucking
Okay,
shit.
that can actually happen because I was at a summer camp with Nathan, and he put, I think it was 5 of those warheads in his mouth. His mouth actually started bleeding
Oh my God.
profusely.
Jesus
Yeah, it was
That
crazy.
is like a thing that Nathan
How many
would do,
liters
though.
of blood?
Dude, that summer
need
camp
to
was
know.
the shit though. Like they had goats there, and you could tear like just a tree limb off of a tree, and they'd eat the leaves, but they would like tackle you to get them. Like they'd start ramming your legs. Like I fell over, and they're like stampeding me to get these leaves.
That's when you just kick them back.
Probably
You
because
know?
they're starving.
Yeah, goats are awesome though.
Nathan's looking like the lead singer from Kiss when he sticks his tongue out on stage.
Yeah,
And there's blood all over. Yeah, whenever
Gene Simmons.
like somebody's buying food for me, I try to keep it, like I'm not gonna be like a pussy and get like
yeah.
a $5 appetizer. I'm gonna buy something normal, but I'm not. That's it. Like I'm not
Yeah.
gonna like,
If,
make the
if
person-
drinks cost extra, I go with one.
No, yeah, I
drink
always
every
get, like,
time.
water or something.
Yeah.
Something free.
And then like you said, like I get a meal, but I don't get like
Extra.
a $30 steak dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody's paying.
I don't.
I
The
just
more
feel bad.
Zodi steak I had was like 18. That's the most I've ever paid for a steak. It was
I think
good
I've
though.
paid like 22 for a steak,
That's
and
not
I
bad.
felt so bad. I was like, this is so expensive.
That Marzoni steak was worth it though. I mean, I felt like full for like 3 months.
Oh my gosh! Whenever we went to the beach, we went to this really fancy restaurant, and Nick, because for some reason down there they don't let you split the checks like one person at a time.
Oh, they're lazy with stuff
It's
like that.
so annoying.
They hate
so
doing
me and
it.
Nick V were like on the same check, and our bill was $110.
Oh my
What?
god.
It was like the most expensive restaurant I've ever been to.
So like, did he buy something expensive or was it you 50?
It was like both. Like, well, we got an appetizer. It was like 4 like rolls with like some like cheese and like stuff on it. They were really
Yeah.
good, but they were like $5 for 4 rolls. I'm like-
Yeah.
when we didn't even realize it, and then so like our meals, he got a steak. And then I got like some chicken thing for like $27, and his steak was like $30. But, like his steak like melted in your mouth. Like it was the best thing ever, but it was just so expensive.
How's that add up to 100 though? I'm still confused.
Because then
with
we
the-
got like the appetizers, and then we got like drinks, and then we
Hmm.
got dessert, which we shouldn't have got dessert.
Yeah, what
That's
the hell?
ridiculous.
Dude.
But it was like a fancy night. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Sometimes you
Time
fancy,
to
you
treat
just feel it, and the
yourself.
next
Yeah.
day.
This
This is
you're
my
like,
only
why?
night to be fancy.
That's one thing I've always tried to do though. Like this sounds wrong, but like when I went to Hershey in 4th grade, like I didn't get any candy there. I got this Hershey teddy bear that I still have to this
Mhm.
day. And also in 4th grade, I remember me and Nathan talking about it. So you had the option of getting like a Tyrone hat or a Tyrone shirt. So it's like, fuck it, I'm getting a hat because like you can wear the hat for the rest of your life, but the t-shirt's only gonna fit for a year. And that's what I did, and I still have that hat
Especially
to this day,
in
and I
4th
still
grade.
wear it. Yeah, I still wear it.
But like with that meal thing, like you said about like being fancy and stuff like that, because it was so much money, I texted my mom after, and I was like, hey, there's gonna be like $100 charge on my card, like just don't
don't worry
mind
about
that,
it.
like Nick will pay me
Doesn't
back.
exist.
Don't worry about it. It's just crack. We're having a good time up here, okay?
We met this cool Latino guy from the
I
beach.
don't understand. How did you guys even go on that beach trip? Like, how did it even happen?
Don't know. Like, Brent's mom was like, I booked a hotel, and we're like, okay, and then we all just paid her money, and then we just went.
How much was
Wow.
that though?
For the hotel, it was down on 2nd Street. You know the Ocean City.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Oh,
like
yeah,
pretty
like the
close.
Oh,
best-
yeah,
to,
that's
like-
right next to the
yeah.
the brides and stuff.
Yeah, and it was like between 6 guys for a room, it was $150 each of us for the room. So that's not too bad for 6 of us.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then like with spending money and like buying like food and stuff,
Yeah.
I probably spent like a lot of money.
How much?
Probably like $200 to $300.
What the hell?
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Just
man.
things
Not
are so
me.
expensive.
I would hate myself for at least a week.
I felt really
I
bad.
honestly
when I came back.
every vacation I go on, I bring like $50 and I come home with like 45. Like I
Yeah.
don't know why, but I can't spend.
I
money
felt
I
like-
never like buy any souvenirs or anything. I'm like, yep, I got the
No,
memories.
the only thing I bought that was like a souvenir was a hat, and like that was it. I mean, it
Mhm.
was a really expensive hat. It was like 20
If
something bucks.
if I buy a souvenir, it has to be useful, like
Oh,
very
yeah.
useful in some way.
But like food
are you
is
doing?
just so expensive
I
down
know,
there.
it's crazy.
And they put like the one restaurant we went to for lunch. They put all of all of our meals on one bill, and it was like $130 for all of us. And we're like, can you not split this up? And they're like, sorry. We're like,
We don't
please, and they're
know
just
how.
like, no.
You just don't try.
The workers there are terrible. Okay,
They are.
you know what's something interesting about that though? When you work like, so I went to Atlantic City. They will actually, we like kept going to this McDonald's down there because like I don't remember. I think like none of the restaurants were open because like coronavirus, whatever. So we kept going to the McDonald's. They will actually schedule like 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours for 24 total hours by race, literally. And
Really?
you think it's like, okay, that's racist. What the hell? But it's actually because the language. Like some people speak Spanish and some people speak like like what the deal
Yeah.
is. So like if you go in like early in the morning, all black people. If you go in the afternoon, all Mexicans. If you go in like white people, like it's crazy.
That
It's
is
like I never
weird.
realized that. My dad pointed out. I'm like, that's probably actually why it is.
It's actually really clever.
I mean, people in English, like black and whites, can obviously work together and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But like they just split it up like that, and it's just like,
That's weird.
wow, yeah, that's a good business decision.
Yeah.
I'm sure some people are like that's racist.
But yeah, on the surface level, it does kind of seem.
It does
I mean,
seem
yeah,
real,
it's
like-
just like, okay, sorry, you're black. We
You can't work.
This is the white hours. So,
That's literally what it seemed like. It was scheduled like
We're back
that
in
day
the
by
50s
day.
or something.
yeah, like what the
Oh,
hell?
boy. It's not like the time we got this hotel in Virginia Beach. I don't even know if it was Virginia Beach. Like we might have been staying in DC or something. And we went to the pool in the one hotel, and I saw these kids playing with these like toy rockets, in the water. And I went up to the one lifeguard lady. I was like, "Where can you get these toys?" She pointed up to the bathroom because she spoke Spanish. And I went to my mom, and she was like, "Yeah, it's stupid here." I'm like, "Well, thanks. The lifeguard speaks Spanish, I guess."
Why would she point? Oh, she probably thought you were asking for the bathroom, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was like, "Where's the toys?" Bathroom.
Toy?
Imagine like it actually was where you bought the toys though. Like there's just some guy in there.
It's like a little dispenser in there. It's just,
You put a quarter in, the rocket just comes out.
The Rock comes out, Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
I love the Rock.
I remember I was like, I don't even know how this happened, but like, so I went to the same hotel at Virginia Beach, like 7 years apart, and we ran into the same kids.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's
Whoa.
really weird. First of all,
Wow.
the second of all, they literally like they were doing like flips and stuff into the pool. I'm like, I want to learn how to do that, but like my mom wouldn't let me because she thought it was unsafe. They like while like my parents went upstairs, like okay, just be back in the hotel by an hour. They taught me how to pass out, and it was the weirdest experience
They
ever.
taught
So-
you how to pass
yeah,
out.
like
Wait,
they,
the thumb thing and like
yeah, like the thumb thing.
Yeah.
But they
Wait,
pushed
are
me
you-
against the wall.
Are you the one who like started that? Who started that in our
I don't
school?
think it was me, but I did know about it because like my parents were like that's extremely unsafe. I'm like, but it was fun because the first 2 times I tried it, it didn't work at all. And the third time I tried it, like it was like I went past like the blowing on your thumb thing. They pushed on my chest, like all the air is out of me. I got the words out, it didn't work. And then like suddenly I just like woke up and I looked at the floor and it was like the floor just looked really strange. I was like, where am I? And then I just started shouting, I'm like, it worked! And I was
I
so
just remember
excited.
the
It was a
videos.
cool feeling.
fed
though.
you drugs, amigo.
Didn't like Brandon and Noah do that? in
Yeah,
the
somebody did it
shop?
in Metal Shop.
They
I
would
think it was
literally pass
Noah.
out every day. They like I saw a Snapchat story of like 10 people passing out one day. Then they outlawed it.
Yeah.
How are you
I think
supposed
I
to
remember
stop
like Brandon
that?
was the worst. Like I just remember the video of him like blowing on his thumb, and then he just falls
You
over.
just see
and
his
hits the
eyes
ground.
roll and
Yeah.
he just falls and they're like, peace out, peace out. Well, they say peace out after he falls over.
He's out.
Woohoo, I'm out.
Definitely one of the best pictures of me that exists.
Yeah.
What picture?
It's he's in my hot tub and he's like this, like he looks like Stephen Hawking and I have to write woohoo, I'm out.
Well,
How's the
How was
weather?
Thanksgiving for you guys?
oh yeah.
I don't know. Didn't eat till 5.
Really?
Yeah, that's the latest we've ever done it.
Wow. I had mine at 5:30 on Tuesday.
Oh yeah, you did do it
It
on
was
Tuesday.
literally 30 minutes, just like a quick in and
Yeah, it always seems like that. Like Thanksgiving is this big build up, and then you eat like food, and you're like, "Fuck, I'm stuffed," and then you're just done.
Yeah.
And you just go and like play video games.
Oh
and-
my god,
Dude, I
have you
wish it
guys
was like
seen
that.
that fucking ad on Instagram? It's just like, will you stuff this turkey? And it's just this nude girl on a table.
Ew.
And this guy just like walks
On
in.
those meme pages.
Yeah, it's just like, what the hell? I don't want to see ass or tits.
I
I'm
swear
here to laugh.
they better be getting paid like thousands of dollars
Honestly,
to
they're
like
putting
do that
me
shit.
through too much.
I wouldn't mind an ad if it was just like some like product or something like, oh, look at this like, cool product, but like what, why does it have to
Have
be
you-
that?
okay,
Like, how are you
Because
gonna
guys
promote
are
that?
that's like the new marketing strategy of this decade is just like
Sex.
like horny guys
You
like
look at
just
the comments though, and everyone's like, stop, and they're all guys too.
Do you, okay.
I mean,
Duality of man.
there
No,
has to
okay.
be that means there has to be that many dudes out there who just like are the opposite way, you know? They're
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
like, I'll pay for this OnlyFans $30 a month, hell yes,
I
like
just can't imagine putting my money out for that.
yeah.
On a separate note though, I think we should do the exact same thing, except I'm on the table.
whatevercast OnlyFans.
No,
I would love to see that.
We have a
picture
delivery guy come in. My bare ass is just towards the door. I think it's a
my
great
bare
idea.
hairy ass.
I saw this one ad. It was. Do you remember? Have you guys ever seen that meme where it was like Mr. Peabody and Sherman? It was like, okay, 6 million.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
like, okay, maybe it did happen, but 6 million really.
but 6
Yeah.
million.
It was like it was for some like lighter or something like that, and it was like just like this meme says about burning things or something like that. It was like
What?
you can buy this product for like 20% off using this
God.
link. I'm like,
How
this
can
is
you
not an
use that?
ad.
What is this generation coming to? Okay, but like have you ever heard Zombie talk about OnlyFans? He's like, it's so stupid. Like, why? Like, who would pay for that? And I'm like, but that's the thing. This is why, I'm gonna say it. Like, this is why OnlyFans is a genius idea because guys are fucking dumb and horny. They will pay for that shit. I think I
I
saw
can't
a thing.
imagine forking over even a single dollar amount for that.
Have you ever like looked at how much they cost? Like, have you ever
Oh,
been
yeah,
curious
like,
of,
some of them
how
are
much
probably-
they cost? Like for like a month, some of them are like $50.
No
It's
way.
like, how can you imagine
a
putting out that
Spotify
much
subscription is like,
money? 10
yeah,
I think I saw a
$3 a
thing.
month for me.
for students,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
But I
what
think I
mine
saw
is.
a
Well, I
thing
don't
that said
think any, but-
Bella Thorne broke an OnlyFans record and got like $1 million.
But
not even.
Did you see that? Like, she didn't even like post nudes or anything.
Seriously?
Yeah, like she scammed like everybody. Like
Oh my
she like said that she would
God.
post nudes and stuff, and then it was just like bikini pictures, and everybody was so mad.
Dude, if I was
That's
a woman,
what-
I'd do that. I mean, come on, that's
I
$1 million.
can't imagine getting really seriously angry about that. Like
Yeah.
that is very sad.
That is
I'm
super
okay.
sad.
Just imagine you just forked over $50 to see some tits, and you're just met with a bikini
and then it's just
picture.
bikinis. Just
Like,
no, we
What the
want
hell? Come on!
titties.
I want some boobs.
We want pussy.
I saw comedians say that. They're like, men are like dogs. Like, yeah, they want to just hump everything they can, but like at the same time, they're like nice and loving. And, like, that's kind of
That
true
is
to a
true.
point.
You just don't see that side
Like you
of
step
them.
on a dog's foot and like, "Arf," but then it like a second later, it's
It's
fine.
fine.
I mean, like
Yeah.
you said, the duality of man. Like, that's exactly how it
It's
is.
a golden retriever.
That's
I'm
exactly
like
how it is.
I'm like a switch. I'm either horny or just
depressed.
I hate
Spain
those
without the
things. They make
S.
me sad.
Cologne without the C.
alone.
Spain
Yeah.
was
How did we
Oh,
get
yeah.
from talking to Thanksgiving to?
And that's how it goes.
Oh,
Thing.
yeah.
That was him. That was
That
all
was
him.
true.
That medium with that ad.
Yeah, that's right. You fucking bitch.
Well,
felt
I
like
had
I-
an interesting Thanksgiving.
Okay.
How interesting
No,
does
it's-
Thanksgiving get? It's
I
a
mean,
nothing holiday.
But it's like a different than normal thing.
Oh, really?
So like,
We cooked it a deer.
basically like it's
Captain
actually not that
America
interesting,
burst through my
actually.
door.
Basically, my aunt and my family didn't want to get together, so like my aunt made it like normal, and then
Ooh.
she just like packaged it all up, and we went and picked it up.
Yeah,
and
that's
we ate
not
it home.
interesting.
Yeah, it's not
That's
really
just-
interesting. But it was
that's
just
just
weird
picking up
because like I'm
food.
not used to eating Thanksgiving dinner at my own house. I normally go to my aunt's house to eat,
Yeah.
and it was just weird because it was just like me and my parents. And, like
Dude,
I,
mine is literally the same schedule every year. Ever since I was a kid, there's only been one time where it hasn't been at my house, and of course this time is different too. But like, everyone agrees to meet at 12. Everyone's there but 12 except for one person who is inevitably late every time. And then we say like, and then they come and they don't bring a dish, but then they take everything with them at the end.
Yep.
And then for some reason, everyone just stays till 8 for no reason. I'm
I
like,
always
go
hated
home.
that. Like, I would always have to stay there till like 6 or 7, and I'm like, can I please just go
I just
home?
have nothing to do. Like,
Yeah.
if there's something to do, like, cool. But
And
like,
I just sit on my phone.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel bad. It's like, should I be on my phone? My family's here, but what else is there to do?
They're
Like,
always okay. Like I always used to make fun of my parents. Like they're always talking about adult stuff, you know, like the house or the job or whatever. And
How
it's
do I
like I'm
relate?
just not interested in this. Like you
Yeah.
know, I want to be off doing kid things.
And then always like your dad's always like sitting there. on
we
the
just said
couch.
that about your house.
Yeah. I mean, that's how they sleep though.
It's weird.
My dad must be a unique man. He sleeps with like he does. We do the same thing. Like I guess I just got it from his genes or whatever. He'll bring the blanket over his nose and like crouch down and like just lay down there.
Suffocates himself until he passes out.
No.
Okay.
I caught myself sleeping like with my mouth open at school once because I was like doing homework and I fell asleep and I woke up and I was like, no, I can't, not yet.
There have been a few times where last year, you know, when COVID wasn't around, I was just in the library and I would just fall asleep on my backpack because like I just needed the sleep.
Yeah.
Oh, I slept so much in 12th grade year. Like, it was like, literally the point of senior year for me was just to shift around my schedule as much as possible to make everything work. And I hated it, every bit of
Yeah.
it.
I was in Spanish once and I fell asleep and my professor like called on me and like my Spanish class is so easy.
Yeah.
And like everybody else would be like, I woke up and gave the exact right answer because we were literally learning like Sarah and a Star, like, like the
gosh.
easiest thing ever.
You were just like, Sarah.
Well, I think she was like trying to like catch me, and then I
okay.
answered, and she was like, "Oh, bien," and I was like, "Yeah, that's right. I can sleep."
Gotcha,
if I want to."
bitch.
Yeah, you fucking hag.
Okay.
You just curse her out in Spanish.
That's one thing
Puta!
I struggle with so much is like, okay, you remember how much Mr. Everhart would call on me? Something about me. There's some other person.
always did call on
he
you.
called on me so much, and it was like, I swear, I'd pay attention the entire class. The 5 seconds I wouldn't, he'd call on me. But I remember the one time, this pissed me off to no end. He said something like, he explained like the question, but I didn't hear him say not. So the entire question was like, I thought I had the right answer, and I did for what he asked, but the fact that he said not was the opposite. So I gave the exact opposite answer, and the entire class laughed at me. I'm like, I couldn't hear him because I have like, I don't think my hearing is that bad. I just have trouble like understanding people, and especially if like their voices are
He
weird.
does talk quiet.
Which he
Yeah.
talks quiet and his pitch changes constantly,
Yeah.
so it's so hard to understand him. But he's like, and he just said not, and I didn't hear it, and I was like, I don't know, like, I just don't know what to do.
Do you ever
Yeah.
not be talking to someone and then like they're like off to the side, but they like talk to you, you know,
Uh-huh.
and you hear what they said, but like you say what, but that you understand
Yeah,
what
yeah,
they said like
I
a second
do
later,
that all the
and then you
time.
answer them as they ask the question
Yeah.
again. It's like, you know, I heard what you
Bro.
said. I just needed to process it.
I don't
for like
understand,
half a
like,
second.
Dude, what the fuck? I just got a tick on me.
Oh
Oh,
shit!
that's
That was it. You blew it on me.
I thought it was dead. I thought you crushed it.
I tried, but I wasn't done
All right.
killing it.
For some context, we are in the back of my. Okay, so we have like 4 bays of a
Here in
garage.
my show-off
back.
garage.
Yeah, the more you learn, earn.
the more you learn, the more you earn.
So like, there's my house, and then like 20 yards back, there's like a garage where we have just to store stuff in, and this is where we're recording the podcast. And we live out in Aurora area, so it's very musty, and there's always bugs in here. So poor Nags just got a tick landed on him, I guess.
I don't know. I just felt something on my hand. I looked down and it was a tick.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
It's
You know,
fine,
if we
I
could
don't-
do this podcast anywhere else, you know, secluded.
I gotta
would-
say though, I mean, for all the time we've spent in this garage, this is the first time I've had a tick on me. So I think
that's
that's a
good.
pretty good record.
Yeah.
I mean,
We've had like
Okay, listen.
centipedes.
As soon as
Yeah.
my parents, if my grandparents leave, we can do it there. It's just like, okay, I'll just say this. This is one thing that drives me nuts right now is like, in my house right now, there is constant noise every single second of the day because no matter if it's day or night or midnight or noon, whatever it is, there's a TV playing and the volume's at 60 no matter what. And even if they're sleeping, the TV is just on, and I can't stand it.
They're just using it for sleep aid. They're just watching it.
That bothers me so much.
Yeah, my brother just loves to play YouTube videos at full blast in the middle of the
Without
night.
You guys still in
Yeah,
the
exactly.
same room
Oh
now?
my god. Yeah, we're in the same room now because Bags is back in the fucking house. So I have a bunk bed.
Chef Ben.
And Ben's just at the top bunk. And it's like midnight, all right? Or like even 1 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, okay, time to just nighty-night, whatever. And I just hear... and he's laughing at a fucking video, and I'm trying to fucking sleep. And I've told him so many times, I'm like, Ben, just wear some headphones. It's so easy. And then I can just like cover my eyes and I don't see the light. It's a win-win.
That's
You can
actually
do what
nice.
you want and I can do what I want. And he's just like, well, if I use my headphones, then the headphones will blink earlier. It's just like, you're using your headphones. You bought them for a reason.
I always hated that about him. Like, I remember he would walk home from school with the phone up to his
Exactly!
ear.
Oh
because
my
he was like, I
God.
don't want to break my headphones. And I'm like,
Why did you
you
buy them?
bought them to use them.
Exactly, and they always lasted like a month because he bought the cheap ones, and I'm like, Ben,
Sheets.
just buy
Vest,
buy
like
some
$20.
fucking headphones that aren't like from Family Dollar.
Dude, those ones that I bought you for your birthday, those
I still
those
use them.
Panasonic ones, they are $9 at Amazon. You will not. They're like right at the quality of Apple headphones.
God.
It's seriously crazy.
That's so funny.
It's funny to
It's
you.
just-
It's not funny to me.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
sucks so
It
much.
lasts me a long time.
I'm just
do.
imagining it's like 1 a.m. Just your like his laugh. That's like,
Basically.
oh my god. Do you remember when I told you about when I was roommates with Colin? I had always had a hard time sleeping. I don't know if it was because of Colin or what, but like probably just college stress or something. But like the one morning I woke up at like 1 a.m. or somewhere around there, and I just hear the barnyard scene, and I won't back down, and I just look over at him, and he just has his phone like just in his face, like watching it. And I think the reason he was watching it is because he said he really liked Tom Petty. So like,
yeah.
I mean, that's the only. But like at 1 in the morning,
The
Back in the
barnyard scene,
barnyard.
that's stupid.
My roommate would stay up till 3 a.m. and he would have headphones in, like
Yeah.
luckily, but like he would just be sitting there and he'd just be like, like trying not to laugh out loud, but I can clearly hear.
At least
him,
he's
'cause
trying,
it's like
though.
silent.
At least
yeah.
he's trying. He's not just like, "Dad!"
Oh my! This one time, so I had my TV at first in my dorm set up on my desk, so like Colin could clearly see everything I was watching.
Yeah.
And I started watching a Scorsese film actually, of one of his earliest films called "Who's That Knocking on My Door," and it had what's his fucking name? Who played the main guy in Mean Streets? I can't even think of his name. With De Niro.
I know who you're talking about.
Harvey Keitel.
Yep, that's his
it had Harvey Keitel in it. And there were some like BDSM scenes in there. And I didn't know that. I thought this was going to be like a, gangster Scorsese film.
Yeah.
So I'm watching this like sequence of like, the camera's going around and like Keitel and this woman are like nude, and I'm like, God damn it. And then I get a text on my phone. It's from Colin, who's sitting right behind me on my bed, and he just says, "What are you watching there?" And I just he's like, "Is that for your cinema class?" And I'm like, "No." I'm like, and I just
personal enjoyment.
I watched A Clockwork Orange at school.
Oh my god.
I made the mistake of watching that with Jeremy, his girlfriend, and my girlfriend.
Are you serious? Oh my god.
Can you imagine watching that with your girl? It was.
Oh, but like
no.
I had the same setup. Like my TV's on my desk, and my roommate can clearly see it.
Yeah.
And just like the scenes where like they would strip down the women and like beat
Okay,
them
like
and-
nudity isn't terrible
No.
in some movies, like when it's like tender and stuff. But when you're watching A Clockwork Orange, where they're literally throwing women around
Yeah.
that are like fully nude, it's like, oh my.
And then like the scene was so awkward. Like, do you remember the scene where he's sitting on the stage and the nude woman walks out, and it's
I
just
hate
her
that.
standing
Yeah, just like
there,
the above view of
and
her.
I'm like, why?
The
It
way
took
he
so
talks
long.
to the old in out. I'm like, stop. It's unbearable.
That movie is pretty fucked up though. Like
Yeah.
the scene where the first scene where he goes and rapes the woman, he's just kicking the woman, or he's kicking the dude, and he's like, "I'm singing in
Yeah,
the
that's-
rain." It's like, wow, that
But I thought-
Kubrick.
I thought the scene, like later in the film, whenever he's at the guy's house again, and he's sitting outside the bathroom, and he's like, like freaking out. I thought that was really funny.
Oh man.
Yeah,
That's a good movie.
I can't really. Well, I can, but I'm sorry,
Relate.
Megan. I love you, but you are terrible to watch movies with. Not
Yes, you do.
because the actual process. It's just like picking the movie out. It is so long.
Yeah.
That
Like-
usually happens.
Who's usually the one that's like,
It's her. It's always her. Like I usually just find one. I'm like, okay, how about this? And then it's just like, I don't know. Usually it's so. Example. Last Halloween, we just wanted to watch a scary movie
Yeah.
or something, and I wanted it to. I wasn't like, I really want to just, whatever, but I just wanted it to just be me and her because, we
Yeah.
haven't had that just time in a bit. But like, I was just trying to pick out a horror movie or something. First one was like Zodiac, and she's like,
oh, that's
That's a
great.
good one.
That is a
yeah,
really
I
good
know.
one.
I've heard good things. First scene, like I finally convinced her, let's just sit through the first 15 minutes, see what it's like.
Yeah.
If you like it, we can stop or whatever. And like we get to the part where like the guy gets shot and she's like, yeah, I don't want to watch this. It's
Really?
just like, why?
She just
What-
doesn't
hold
like
on.
violence?
No, it's like she's fine with horror, but only if it's like fake stuff, like aliens or like monster
okay.
or
Oh,
stuff
okay,
like
so
that.
not something
But
you
nothing
could
like
actually-
that
Oh
could
my God,
actually
yeah.
happen.
When
Yeah.
somebody has a very niche like pet peeve like that,
Mm.
it is so annoying.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh.
no, I don't mind, like, like,
Trying to make the woman happy.
I don't mind, like, no, I still love watching movies with her, but
Yeah.
the process of picking the
It just
movie,
takes a
it's,
while.
yeah, it's like, yeah.
Huh.
But the funny thing is, like, there's in that movie, there's really not much after that.
What?
It's shown like blood and guts and like people dying.
Are you talking about Clockwork or
No,
Zodiac? Yeah, there isn't much. It's mostly about the
It's
investigation.
like a detective movie at that point.
It's. I mean, honestly, like that's. I don't even know if you would consider it a horror movie. I think
I
it's more
think
a
it's more
crime and thriller.
or-
Yeah. But yeah, that. I mean, there is like a really scary movie in that scene, the basement scene. You know.
Oh
No, I don't know.
That was awesome. Like, okay, so
What was that scene? I remember watching.
I'll say it again
I watched
here.
it over
So,
vacation because you guys watched it.
So I showed it. I think I was the only one who had watched it, and I showed it to. I did. You were there, that right?
No,
that
I
movie
wasn't.
night?
I was
Oh
in
no,
vacation.
Caleb wasn't there.
Jeremy.
I watched
There's
it
a
on
fucking
vacation
mouse.
because you guys did that.
Oh, okay. So
A mouse was just crawling along.
you're shitting me.
No, I just saw it.
It was a mouse. It couldn't have
It
been.
was either a mouse or a chipmunk.
Along
One of
what?
the two.
There's usually chipmunks, so that's why I
Yeah.
thought it was. Sorry, just more rural, wilderness.
I get
like,
distracted very easily.
We're basically in a like if you were to make a 3x3 dirt house in Minecraft.
That's 3.
Yeah.
That's where we're at.
The dirt hut.
Okay, so back to Zodiac. That scene. So you, Jeremy, Tyler, and Nathan, I think, were there. We were watching Zodiac, and I was like, "This movie's great. Can't wait to show you guys. You know, I'm excited." And they loved it. But the scene where they flipped out the most was the basement scene. So the detective played by Gyllenhaal goes to the one guy's house, and he's got these really good leads on the guy's handwriting, and that the guy had a basement, and it was. Somebody said earlier in the film, like, there's not many basements in California, so if, like, you could narrow that down.
Yeah.
Well, Gyllenhaal's there at the one guy's house, and he's like, yeah, this is Arthur Lee Allen's writing, and he's like, I do the posters myself. So that's, like, the first moment of what the fuck. And then he asks him, like, oh, I'm sorry, and he's like, you could come down to the basement if you want to
Wasn't
see
he looking
him.
for more posters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at that moment,
And then like you heard footsteps upstairs too.
yeah, okay, that's the one weird thing about that movie is the footsteps upstairs. That's the one thing that's bothered me about that movie. It's like, what is that trying to like convey, I guess? I don't know. That's the only thing that's really bothered
And
me
then,
about that movie.
you know what freaked me out the most
What?
about that scene was whenever he went to get out the door and the door's locked, and then the mirror was there, and Jeremy goes, he's gonna be in the mirror, and then he turns and he's right there in the mirror, and he's like, I can get that for you, and then he unlocks it, and then he just sprints out the house.
Yeah, but when that happened, whenever they went down to the basement, I literally look over at Tyler and Jeremy, and at that moment, they both just go, oh, like jump up and grab each other. And that is like one of my favorite things about showing other movies to people is like those moments, like
Yeah.
to see other people
Hereditary
react.
was awesome for that.
Oh.
That was so good.
Hereditary was just fun because
I
of
want to
the-
rewatch that again with everybody. I
You
actually
need to
really
watch
like that
Midsommar.
movie.
That's a lot like it.
Oh my gosh, that movie is so messed up.
I want
still
to
haven't
watch
seen
it
it.
back.
Have any
We
of
should
you
watch
seen
that,
it?
like,
No, I've seen like a video like explaining Midsummer
It
or
is
whatever.
so messed up. Like it's worse than Hereditary.
Really?
Oh my.
It's so much worse.
Holy
All right,
crap.
then that's
Let's
perfect
watch
to
it.
watch.
Yeah.
No, like
ugh.
the reason. Okay, I think one of the biggest reasons watching horror movies with our friends, and especially that Hereditary, was Nick Fassbender.
Yeah.
I just love the way he like flips out and nervously laughs during stuff like that. Like we were all kind of doing it, but like I remember also watching it with him, and like the scene in the background of the old woman, she just like contorts her body in the background, and me and Nick were just like geeking out together.
Yeah. And then Jake, whenever the mom like walked, like floated across the screen, he was like, yo!
And we like all reversed it. And we
Yeah,
all,
because
like,
some people didn't see it. They were like, wait, what are you guys talking about? And then we showed it together, and then that's when everybody was
That's
like...
the best, though, when a movie isn't like, here's the scary thing. Like,
It's,
if
like,
you just
subtle.
happen to see it, like, you could be the only person that see that. In Jake's case, he was.
Wow.
Do you remember whenever we watched House?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
cool.
was like so fun, like because we
Yeah.
were just like making fun of it the whole time, and it was such like a silly movie.
That's why people love that movie. It's just like... it's just, that's all it's meant to be, is this crazy batshit bullshit. Again, like, I don't know...
the piano eating that one person.
Again, with my first experience with that film, I don't even know if I even liked it. Like, I liked watching it with friends, but, like, the movie was so, like, surrealist that I don't even know if I liked it at that point.
I think I gave it like a 3 because like I was just like I don't.
I think you
even
gave it
know.
a 2.
Oh really?
I didn't rate it. Like, I mean, I don't rate much stuff on Letterboxd. I'm lazy. But I'm like, I don't know what to do with this. Like,
Yeah, like, I just sat there and I was like, I'm loving this. Like, I was really excited for it, but, like, it got to a point where it was so much now. Like, maybe I need to watch it again. Like, some movies are like that where you just need to watch it again.
Like there's a lot of movies like where I've like went to rate them and I'm like I don't even.
Yeah.
What do I even do?
How are you supposed to scale this? Like,
Yeah.
That's why I
like,
don't even rate movies.
Like I'm thinking of
sometimes,
Ending Things, that movie.
Yeah.
Like I knew I really liked it and I knew it was like good, but I was just like I don't understand.
Here's the thing. So, like, take David Lynch. He's a filmmaker who is known for surrealist films and, you know, films that don't make sense. And I think if you are able to enjoy the movie in the moment and you have no idea what the fuck happened, then I think you enjoyed the film.
Oh, yeah.
If you're loving it as it's going on, but you're like, what even happened? Then okay, people always want closure, you know, because they're comfortable with closure. David Lynch hates closure. So, like, he thinks that nothing should be, you know, answered, you know, like with any of his films. And that's why I've only seen, like, 2 movies from him and then Twin Peaks.
Eraserhead one of them?
Yes, Eraserhead.
That was his
by him.
debut, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was his debut,
Yeah.
too. So, and that's probably one of his hardest films.
Debute's the first one they make, right?
Yeah, debute's
Okay, I thought
first.
so.
And then Sophomore
Wanted to
is
make
the
sure.
second one.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, like, I think if there's a movie you're just like, that didn't even make sense, but you enjoyed it, then that's good. But if there's a movie you weren't enjoying in the moment and then you did make sense, then it's like, yeah, that movie sucks, you know? So, yeah, like, I don't know. I think when people say, like, it doesn't make sense, they're just being a little...
Yeah.
I don't know. They don't get it. They just want closure, but they're
Yeah.
not getting it. I don't know.
Mulholland Drive. Oh, I love that movie.
That is a great movie.
I remember how like freaked out we were though. Like
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, Nathan was saying, like, I don't even know if I liked it, but it's like the whole time he was making comments like, what is going on? And it's like, I think that's what it's all about.
I don't know why, but that dead body in the bed scared me so bad. Like I was so freaked out.
Naggs is the only one here. I got a Blu-ray of it. Maybe we can watch it together sometime
Alright.
with a bunch of us.
Yeah, the only movie night thing I was at was the one cowboy one. I forget.
Once Upon a Time in
Yeah,
the West.
and we were freaking out the entire time and like me and Jeremy at the same time, we always went like, like with the harmonica.
Harmonica was like making fart noises every time he walked into. Those are honestly 2 of my favorite movies. One's Mulholland Drive and Once Upon a Time in the West.
They are good ones.
Great ones. Yeah. I knew at some point we were gonna get to movies in this
Yeah, I
podcast.
figured.
It eventually always happens.
It is imminent.
Yeah, it's get Nathan on here and he'll be like, "Well, I saw that one. What'd you think of it? I liked it."
It was good.
Remember that movie Moon that he made us watch?
Yeah,
What was that?
I
think that's the one I wasn't there for.
I had trouble with that one. I don't know.
That was probably like the worst movie night we had because we watched Moon and then we watched My
Ameri-
Dinner with Andre. Oh no,
No,
that
we
was
wa-
a different one.
we watched American Psycho after
Oh,
that,
yeah,
and then we watched My Dinner with Andre and then Zodiac.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about that. I don't like love like American Psycho that much, but just the I have to go return some videotapes. Like for some reason that just makes me lose it, and I have no idea why.
I like American Psycho. I like the humor and the satire. I don't really care for like the horror or the psychological stuff behind it. I don't know. That stuff's never been clear to me. I just like the funny parts, you know, where it's like, is that Donald Trump's car? Or like pretty much everything leading up to the climax except for the climax, I guess. I don't know. Because Christian Bale's, you know, amazing in that movie. But yeah. How long are we on here? We're at 39 minutes. I say we could go a little longer.
Fast, yeah.
I wanted this to be minimum 40. I mean, we're right there.
Yeah.
Right there, baby.
I mean, unless if we want to end it, but like I could
I'm
still
done.
go.
You know what? I'm just getting sick and tired of your bullshit.
Well, fuck you. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
You just blew out the mic.
Probably. I need a shotgun mic.
I
We
mean,
need a shotgun.
there were those times with a Slapdash podcast where we would literally just put the mic in our mouth and go, ooh, and just look at the waveforms because we were so entertained by it on Audacity.
How about the fucking like Five Nights at Freddy's podcast? Tyrone Eagle Eye
Wait, what?
never got aired.
Wait, we never told you about
Never
No.
got aired.
No, it's not. It wasn't. You're talking about
wait.
Channel T.
Wasn't
Yeah.
that
It was
like-
not supposed to get aired on Channel T. Okay, listen. Yeah, let me say. What were you saying?
Didn't I think I?
Okay,
wasn't there,
I
like,
probably
a
have to bleep out some names here.
Isn't it, like-
Hugh Janus. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, it was her and Ron Perlman. So I could blur that out later.
Just
yeah, what
those
am I
two?
at here? 40? Yeah, so it was just those two.
Wow.
And they came into the Eagle Eye room and they were like, hey, I think they went to Mr. Feather. They're like, hey, we have to do something. I don't even know what the project was, but they were like, we have to do something for our multimedia class.
Oh, that's what it was.
And they wanted to use the green screen. So it'd be good to have like the first game, the
Oh
fan
my
and stuff
God.
as their background. So they were like, the one had a phone on her head, the one in your guys.
I remember that.
I have a video. I have a video.
They
of
were in
it.
the cafe with those on for some
You're
reason. I don't
shitting
know
me.
why.
Yeah,
Wait,
she,
like the phone, like from the game?
she
Phone
had
guy
a
cosplay.
red big phone. on
Oh
her
my
head.
gosh.
I will have to show you the guy's video. I mean, I could show them. No, actually, I couldn't
I went to
because
the cafe
that'll
with
turn off the
somebody,
mic.
And I just walked in and just said, I'm leaving. I just turned around and walked.
She had a phone on her head. The other one was dressed up in all purple. She had some kind of hat on, maybe like a police cap or something, and like a purple bandana. So she was the purple guy. And
I can't believe they cosplay for a
They-
podcast.
oh,
Or wait,
Well,
was it a
I'm-
podcast?
yeah, they said it was a podcast, but it was filmed on video.
yeah,
So
I
it's
mean,
not a
I guess
podcast.
it's like just a video
H3.
talk show.
It was almost
or
like,
whatever.
have you ever seen the H3 podcast?
Yeah.
I guess it was kind of like that, but they only had one angle. It was head on. So,
Like a newscast, just like
yeah, that's how it was.
FNAF news.
They sat there. That's what they did. They sat there, the camera on them, with their cosplays, and we shut the doors because, you know, you don't want any outside noise. Me, Nathan, Cody, and Mr. Feather were all stuck in there while they talked about FNAF lore for the last 10 minutes of class.
okay,
Oh
but
my
how
God.
much did you learn?
I don't even.
This is important.
I don't even remember anything they said. All they said was they just were saying shit. They were getting deep into the lore.
my
let me
gosh.
say. They were like, I don't know. I think the purple guy. You know, it
Fucking
was
Matt
just,
Pat in this shit.
Was it like fan theories or was it like canon lore?
Was this like?
I think they were staying.
Encyclopedia?
It was official. They were staying mostly canon. I think for the most part.
God,
Oh
Okay,
my God.
what is the world
Okay, you'll
culture?
have to bleep this out too. Do you remember senior year where I had to run the podcast with Mike Rodick and that other kid.
Oh my
With it-
gosh,
They
yeah.
literally performed live for me on a podcast. The one was singing and the other was playing guitar.
I remember
and it
that.
was so awkward. I just had to, Mike, you know what, Caleb? This is 10 minutes. I just have to push through it. This is my life right now. Let's go.
Okay, but
and it didn't actually last that long
Was the
either.
music any good?
Okay, the kid could play power chords. Whoever is on guitar, he could kind of play power chords. The singing was subpar, but it wasn't unbearable.
Oh, they were singing. I didn't know that.
Yes, the one was singing, and the other was just playing power chords. And that kid wasn't terrible at guitar, but
I
he
remember
wasn't amazing
TCAM was
either.
like, Kayla's podcast, that went really well.
Oh.
They performed and everything. And I'm
Yeah.
like, really? And he's like, oh yeah, it was great. I can't wait to put it up.
Well,
Like
me too.
I
Listen back.
talked of myself. I think I talked very smoothly, but at the same time I was shaking like it was cold in there. Like I was
Yeah.
just like, that was unbearably awkward to get through.
I just remember being in that room, locked in with him. No, we weren't locked.
That's the best way to describe it.
That's what it felt like. It felt.
No, like according to like social standards and like all that stuff, you were locked in
It
there.
felt
There
like
was
we
no
were
way
locked
you
in the
getting
room.
out.
We were locked in hell for like 10 minutes. And I remember just, Mr. Feather was over on his computer doing whatever he does on there. I was just sitting there. I forget what I did because I usually listen to music out loud in that class. Like I just played with your computer. I don't even. And I was trying not to make noise, to give him some sort of respect. But I just.
In the background of the video, you just hear.
Penis.
Wait, did they use the Podcaster Pro or did they like just talk?
Wait, no, remember I said like
was on
there's no
video.
podcast equipment. Yeah, they were just using like
That was
the videos.
Oh, that was your year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
forgot
was
about
there.
that.
Yeah,
That's what I
was
mean.
there.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, we didn't get that podcast stuff until the next year.
That's a pretty
Yeah.
good, that's a pretty good thing to experience. So like it is surreal to me that you can actually have like a serious conversation about the canon FNAF. Like that's pretty wild.
I just remember sitting there, and I just remember I sat back at one point, and I just looked over at Mr. Feather, and he was just focused on whatever he was doing. And I just look over at Cody, he's just on his phone, and Nathan's just sitting there, and I'm like, what has this come to?
Just imagine being passionately engrossed into Five Nights at Freddy's.
Imagine not being passionately engrossed in
Don't have
So,
to.
like, 90.
I mean, like, yeah, they were passionate, but I also bet they were just like, okay, no.
Bullshitting.
No, I was gonna, no, not bullshitting.
They've done
They
their
knew their
research.
facts.
I was gonna say they were regurgitating everything, but I can't say that because for some reason I remember they were interpreting it.
Okay.
Like they were like
they were
coming up with their
serious.
own. Yeah,
They were thinking like there was no analysis to it.
These guys are professionals.
They're
There's
game
no one,
theorists.
this is no joke.
Call Matt Pat.
Oh my god.
I remember like, you know how like you used to be able to like record on like you could record on the Podcaster Pro.
Yeah.
I remember like the yearbook staff like you're gonna have to bleep this out.
Okay.
Like
Jack Miha.
Jeffrey Epstein and like a bunch of other random girls would get on there like
Big Chungus.
too, and they would like get on there and then they'd be like, "Oh, ghost stories and theories," and like I would be like, "You're just taking up wasted space on this card for us who are actually doing it." And I like went to TCAM about it. I was like, "Can you just keep the card?" And he's like, "They're just having fun," and I'm like, TCAM, like they can still talk without recording it, like. They don't need to record, and he's like, I think it's good. And they're like,
For what?
He's like, what if they?
I think I think TCAM just wants content.
Oh yeah,
He doesn't give
well,
a
that's
fuck.
what he said. He was like, what if they record something pretty good that we can put up? And I'm
What
like,
if?
It's
That is a
entirely-
long shot in the
It's
dark, dude.
entirely quantity over quality in that house.
Yeah.
I think.
Best of Snow.
Yeah, I think he just
I
wants.
got Best of Snow, remember that?
Uh-huh.
For only making it to Article 8 on my top.
Wait, you got a best of snow for one of
Yeah, I
those?
got a Best
Which
of
one?
Snow.
Which artist
I don't
was it?
remember what it was.
Well, you did like 3. Like what-
Yeah, I think it might have been my honorable man. I don't know if it was for that though. It could have been something else. I
Dude,
don't remember,
I
but
got-
I got a Best of Snow.
I think I
and
got
I showed
4.
that to Tika, and I'm like, this is for you.
This shows that you don't have to do anything in this class.
God,
I am above you.
Every time I wrote an article, though, it was not with his permission. Like I wrote articles because I wanted to write them. I feel like we have to give the context behind that.
Okay, so there was a article written about Jacksepticeye. I don't even remember what it was about, but
It was just like
was
so one of a
so
kind.
Nick Bassbinder
Oh, dude.
wrote a comment, and in the Eagle Eye comments, the only requirements for posting as a person is you have to have their name and their email. There's no password, and of course, you know every teacher's name because how else would you email them? So Nick gets on there. He writes Barack Obama. Whatever his middle initial name is, Obama. TSD.us ban. He's in. So then Michael is an editor, which is also his friend, and then Michael just approves the comment for Jacksepticeye. And that's all it says.
It's
and then
from
mysteriously,
our advisor.
a couple days later, it just disappeared. And that was that. There was no other peep about it at all.
I can't believe he. Okay, so my senior year, I can't believe he trusted me with giving me moderator because I was video.
Michael.
Yeah, because I was a video editor, you know, I was the top video or whatever, so I could just put down my own comments, and I don't even know if they had to be approved. They just put up there.
Yeah.
So I would just always, I would just approve comments when TCAM didn't want them. Like I remember, okay, on my game articles, I remember Wyatt commented on like at least like 10 of them, you know, out of the 11 or so. And I remember the one he just put your mind a dumpster or something, and TCAM deleted it, and I went to the trash bin and recovered it because I wanted those comments up there to remember them.
Dude, I remember when that like those controversial articles came out, like the football one. Like,
Yeah.
Elise and Kate, because Kate was the editor at one point, they were surrounded by a Chromebook, and there was like 10 people around them. They were just scrolling through the comments, waiting to be approved, and there was some gold in those, baby.
I wish they would just like. I wish that wasn't a thing that you had to. I mean, I see why it's a thing.
Yeah.
But like,
No.
Were you gonna say something next?
Dude, I remember vividly. I think it was me and Nick Vassbinder, but Jack Miha was surrounded by like, I think Regan and like
Mentioning so
two
many
other-
names here.
Regan and two other girls from our grade, and he was just like, all right, does this sound good? He was fucking getting an edited comment out because his dumb ass couldn't write his own. And I literally wrote one up in like a minute just saying, good job, Jack Miha. I'm proud of you. It's too bad that you had to have like 5 11th graders to help you type out this comment.
Yeah.
and did it get approved?
No, it didn't.
It
I was
didn't?
so no, because at that time I still had editor's privilege because I used to take pictures, and he didn't want to like do it himself. So
Okay,
yeah,
what was that article even about again?
it was
That
like
they get
how,
more privileges
yeah,
because they're
football
Okay.
players. I mean, it's
and,
right.
And the one thing it said, like, there was a couple flaws with that. It wasn't really that good of an article. Like, they said, we have to play in the gym, like, without AC. I'm like, why do the football players have AC? They're out in the baking sun. Like,
Yeah.
it's probably
There's-
worse for them because they're out in the sun. At least you get the shade. And it's not like they're like unair conditioned. How bad can this school get? It's not
Yeah.
like it's going to be 80 in there
I
overnight.
don't know.
Like that whole
That
article was so
just-
dumb.
It was so crazy.
I just remember how
It
mad
was-
the football
that
players
day
were.
was
That
the best
day-
days of high
I
school.
love that day. I wish I could go back in time. And
Oh, those
just
were the best
relive
I
it.
would
days.
pay
Yeah.
money.
Oh,
Those were the best days of school when something
Like the side by
controversial.
side school shooting article. Like,
What?
okay, that's controversial, but like, still, like that day, there was like at least 100 comments on both sides. Like, I
Was
mean,
that one by Mia?
Yeah.
that
Okay,
one
yeah.
wasn't like it wasn't fun because like that's a serious topic and stuff. But like
the
it was
football one
so
was hilarious.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those days were the
There was
the
one other. I can't
best.
remember what it was. There was some other
My
controversial-
Fortnite article.
I do remember like
Yeah.
the one day like I went into Eagle Eye to do the announcements first period, and I remember that was the day after the softball field got tore up
Yeah.
by that
Oh.
van, and like all of the softball players were in there, and they're just like typing away at how furious they are that their field has been destroyed. I mean, that sucked that happened, but
Yeah.
like it was just so funny because TCAM's like, this is great, and they're just like, all
Oh yeah,
typing
they're getting.
away.
View-
I feel like
remember-
he feels so powerful when something like
he
that
loves
happens.
controversial
Oh, he does.
things.
And Mr. Yoder's like,
oh my god!
That's
I
like-
was there. I was there when
That's like
that
the typical.
happened.
That's like the typical journalist thing.
Oh,
though.
yeah,
It's like
it
they
is.
love the controversy.
Yeah.
So me and
Dirty
Megan,
laundry.
we basically. So for some reason, he really liked us.
Who?
Like TCAM.
Okay.
Mr. Yoder.
Yeah, Mr. Yo. Nick, Megan, you guys are my favorite couple in the entire school. No, but so we were just like, TCAM, you can't take this down. Don't take down the football article. It is gold.
Yeah.
You can't do that. And then, like, Johannades and Yoder just came in.
What
at
did
that
they
time.
do whenever they come in?
They were just like, you can't have that up. It's causing too many problems.
The snapshot. The snapshot I have from that day, the football article day, was like in a nutshell. It was just the football players going, "No, me defend my territory. Me defend."
that was the other one.
Masculinity.
That was the gay article. With the,
Yeah.
Yes, that
Oh
was
my
it.
gosh,
What?
That was.
Chungus went
Crazy.
around and ripped down all those pride
Oh,
posters
God.
and stuff like that.
What?
Like,
And then you walk into the bathroom and it says "Home of the Free," like land of the straight or something
What?
like
Luke
that.
Height like printed
Yeah.
out all those
Yeah.
pictures.
I
Yeah.
We're
what?
like, if we can have those posters, we can have ours.
Oh my god.
That's terrible.
That was-
What is
it
our
was a
school?
bad day.
Are other schools
Oh
like
my
this?
God.
Oh my gosh,
86
comments
Yeah.
afterwards.
Wait, what?
He posted a picture on his Instagram defending himself with a crying baby as a picture, and it got
Wait,
86
Yeah.
86 comments.
Yeah, that was a bad
I wonder if he
day.
deleted
That was
Let me
terrible.
check.
Oh no, he definitely deleted. He had to have.
Probably.
There was so much hate on that day.
I hated that fucking.
Alexis
I don't
on
know.
Wolf's,
Like
man.
there was
She's
something
going
funny
nuts.
about it, but also like I remember talking to Elise
It
like
has to be
only
off.
weeks into her senior year, like your guys' senior year,
Yeah.
and just being
Zoo.
like, yeah, there's already drama, and I'm like, wow, that is one thing I do not miss about school is the drama.
Yeah.
But like we talk about it now, and it's like funny.
funny.
You know?
Yeah, because we're, grown up and we don't give a
Yeah.
shit anymore.
Yeah.
High school is so fucking.
One thing
dumb.
that so you know the desk with the computer across from TCAM's in the Eagle Eye room.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
double
like,
monitor.
Yeah,
dual
double
monitor. Set up.
It's like always signed in to like a moderator account.
Oh yeah.
And so you can just put whatever you want up, like because like every day whenever we do the podcast, I do it on that TV or on that monitor because I had to like move like the files and stuff. And TCAM would just be like, yeah, just upload it, like do that and do that. So like if anybody wanted to, they could put anything they wanted up on that monitor.
Yeah, but you would get slandered
That's
like
true.
by the school.
Oh,
Senior prank.
so for my senior quote, I don't think it's as funny as I did in the past, but for my senior quote, I was able to convince DCAM to let me spell it out in Minecraft freaking enchantment font. So it's just this normal text, freaking hieroglyphic. What the fuck is this? Sharpness.
What does it
3.
say?
It says Tyler Beckwith is my dad.
That's awesome.
I had to prove to him that's what it says.
Oh, you could have totally gotten away
I
with
know
that.
I could have done so many things, but I didn't. I couldn't abuse
But I
his
remember
trust.
how it happened. We were sitting in stat, and you're like, "What should I do? I want to do something in enchantment code." And I was like, "I don't know." And you just go, "Tyler Beckwith is my dad," and then you just did it.
And I added like 5 exclamation points at the end.
My favorite from my class was Jacob Swittergall's. It was it was literally just the Trump tweet that said, according to the general press, Kofive or whatever. I freaking busted out laughing when I saw that. The rest are like that one group of like Nick and Micah and all of them. They all did Trailer Park Boys quotes and I don't even remember. Oh, the popular people. They all did stuff like The Office season 3 episode whatever
I hate those
timestamp.
kind
So
of-
cliche.
those are
Once,
really
as soon as
stupid.
it gets on the main page of any viral account, don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all did. One did Stranger Things or whatever. It's like okay.
I love Stranger Things.
Oh my god. Okay, the first season's pretty good.
No, I watched it, and then I've watched one
It just
episode
takes
of
too
season
long for them
2.
to
I
come
just
out with
haven't.
seasons, so I'm just like, I'll wait till it's done and watch it all over.
Oh,
again.
so you haven't watched any?
I haven't watched any.
I watched the first season. Like, I literally watched 2 seasons in one day.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I just went, and it was like I came home after school, immediately started watching. I
Is
didn't
there
stop
something
until,
wrong with you?
I didn't stop until like 3 a.m. or something. I just kept watching.
You just pulled a white girl moment.
Yeah, that was like my worst binge watching moment.
My opinion on whole Stranger Things, first season's pretty good. It's not like a masterpiece in my opinion. Second one kind of recycles things and it's like, okay, I don't know if I liked it or not. Third one's kind of the same thing, it's just trying to garner up more attention, I think the first season's great. From there on it's like whatever. Meh.
Nah.
The emoji I don't know. How long? We're 57 minutes.
Should we?
You think we could cap it out?
All right. Yeah.
Cap.
No cap.
That's cap.
Let's cap.
Cap.
You out.
All right. Well, I think that was a very good episode.
Yeah.
Very good first episode at least. All right. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. If you did.
We'll see you later.
So, again, I don't know how regular of a thing this will be. I think I'll just upload them as soon as I can after we record them. So there's not going to be any if you're even subscribed to this channel or even give a fuck, let's be honest here. So yeah, just there's going to be more probably, and thank you if you did listen to the whole thing or like 20 minutes of it, because that's awesome.
It is.
It's
We
very
appreciate
great.
it.
Thank you.
Well,
All right.
you guys want to watch some gay porn together?